Hey guys, MD Prepper here. Part 11 of the Dollar Tree survival kit for 72 hours. This time we're talking about water purification options. Now obviously the best thing is to have water that's already purified and ready to go. But, you know, what if you're out there and need extra water? They say 1 gallon per person per day for maximum use. I don't want to carry 3 pounds of water with me. That's a lot of water. You could if you wanted to, but waste of calories and energy. You may not need that much, you know. Just might not. So, we've already done some reviews on water containers and all that, so this is kind of a re-review of some of the basics. Got our bottles here, 750 mLs. 2 of these I think is going to be perfect for what we carry. Now, should I have another with the unfinished, the stainless, you know, aluminum raw here, as opposed to the paint on it? Yeah, maybe. But I didn't. I picked up 2 just to differentiate the 2. And this was the last of the all aluminum bottles they had. These are fine. These are great. I'm going to carry this kit with both these bottles full of local municipal tap water. Once it's full, sealed up, you're good to go for about a year of storage in that, unless it gets contaminated, somehow leaks out, whatnot. Only thing I don't like about these bottles for general survival, small opening. Not very large there at all, so not particularly accessible. Good for drinking out of, but not much else. So that may be good for, you know, filtering out particulate and all that. So it's going to be small, so you're going to be able to control the flow in or out. Now, one thing I do not have in this kit is a handkerchief or a bandana. Somebody sent me a message or a post on one of the comments. I can't remember, but either way, they said, well, where was the bandana in your medical kit? Well, a bandana is more than just a medical item. Bandana is probably going to be more for general purpose, all that sort of stuff. So, haven't included that. Have not found any bandanas at Dollar Tree, but found some handkerchiefs. Do not have those here. Those are downstairs somewhere in a bag. Whoops, didn't have them in the video. Sorry. But to get the particulate out, obviously you could put it over the top of this. You know, loop it over the top, roll nice and tight, and fill this up from a stream to take any particulate out. That's going to be fine. You're still going to need to purify this stuff. So, we'll talk about those options in a second. So, 2 bottles, that's 750 mLs each, so that's about 1.5 liters of water. This should be enough if you conserve your water for most purposes for 72 hours, for most people, unless you're in just a really hot, humid climate, that sort of thing. So, you may not need extra water in this kit, guys. I'm not saying we will, but we need to consider it. We need to have thoughts and options. So, one of the things we've got for preparing food and cooking and all of that is this loaf pan. Now this thing holds a little over 1.5 liters, so it's going to be good enough if we boil this to fill up both our bottles again. So that's good. That's very useful. But what else we can use? We can do rain catch. Okay. If it's raining out and I've got the time and the effort and need the water, I can take one of these tarps or one of the tarps I've already got overhead and angle it down into this. You say, well, I've got the bottles. Yeah, but the bottles, like we said, have the small little quarter-size heads on them. It's going to be harder to catch water in that overall. It's going to be a lot easier to drain a fair amount into this. Fill it up with a tarp, something like that, the drop cloth, all that. So, again, this is a water catchment tool. So, this is useful for that as well. We're going to talk about this again here in a second with some other options, but let's move on here. Can of soda, something like that from Dollar Tree. This is not from Dollar Tree. This is an old, I think it's a Diet Coke can. Penny stove. One I've used a lot. See the little holes and the scorch marks and all that on it. This is going to be a way to boil water. Boiling is the best way to purify your water, period, unless it's already purified and you're good to go. So, isopropyl alcohol, a little bit of that in there, light it up, you know, put your retainer over the top and boil your water. That'll work. Obviously, a fireplace, something like that's going to be, you know, an actual fire is going to be better than this little thing overall. And then if you're wondering what that is on the inside, those are little votive candles that I use. I take those little votive tea light candles, I wrap them in aluminum foil. We've already got that with us, so I would certainly recommend you do that, because if things get too hot, those candles are going to melt. I don't want to melt all inside my kit or all over the place so I can't reclaim it. If it's all inside this little tinfoil pouch here, even if it does melt, hopefully it's all going to be relatively contained in this. I can always take it out, put it near the fire, remelt it, and use it if I needed to, but that's not really what we're talking about. But anyway, little alcohol stove is a great idea. I've got tons of these that I've made over the years just playing around, so I did not feel the need to buy extra cans of soda at Dollar Tree to make that, but obviously you should probably do that as well for a low cost. Just want to have that, in my opinion. Now, other than catching rainwater, boiling your water, already having it, the best way, bleach. You got to use bleach. This is a $1 bottle of bleach of actual Clorox brand. If you see that right there. They had the off brand, which was probably twice as much volume as this. I just went for the brand just because I could. We don't need all of this. This is, how much is this? It is 24 fluid ounces, or 1.5 pints, or 709 mLs if you're into that. This is a tremendous amount of water purification. We do not need all of this. For a gallon of water, you need anywhere between 8 to 16 drops of bleach, assuming you've got all the nasty particulate and other stuff out of it. Once you've got it in the bottle, you need to let it sit for about 30 minutes. I'd say longer than that. I'd go 45 to an hour just to be safe. Let it sit. If it has a slight chlorine smell, that's fine. Don't worry about that. Now, obviously to apply this appropriately, you need a small container that can dispense drops easily. With this kit, all I've got right now are these little, I believe they're 3-ounce bottles, maybe 2.5, 2 ounce, but little squeezy top. Probably going to be too much water, or, you know, not water, but bleach coming out of that. I have not found any eyedroppers or anything like that, but got thinking about it. Dollar Tree, have not looked at it personally, have not been to the store, but I need to find something like some Visine, some little eyedroppers, because this filled with bleach, sure, this is a tremendous amount of water purification, but for 72 hours, this is excessive. You don't need this much. Good Lord. How many people are you purifying water for? You may want to do that, but I probably wouldn't. I need to look for some eyedroppers. Have not found those in my local stores. Eyedroppers would be the way to go. Small, lightweight, or something like a little dropper bottle, something like Visine, or something with a little screw top dropper attachment in it. Just haven't realized that I need to get that yet. I thought about it the other night when I was not at Dollar Tree and need to look around for that. So that's probably going to be an addition. Small little Visine bottle, doesn't have a lot of liquid in it, but that's going to be way more than enough water to purify with chlorine and Clorox bleach. Don't get the scented stuff. You just want straight up bleach. You know, 6-7%. It's going to do the job. Do it really well. This is one of the most efficient, cost efficient, and well, I'd have to overall say time efficient, energy efficient ways to purify water. Now, I'm not getting into all the details about Clorox bleach and chemical purification of water because I'm going to do vids about that later, but gotta have some of this. This is probably too much. I'll look around. We're going to be doing update final videos of all these kits, so don't worry about it, but give me your thoughts. Now, next on the list that people have given me a little bit of a hard time on, other than this nice, relatively heavy pan here, which is great, people have given me a little feedback on these little 7-inch little round foil pans. They say, well, just carry some tin foil, you're going to be good. I may still want to carry these. I don't know. Just me waxing philosophical. But, okay, this is, I believe it's 4 pans, or 5. You open them up. They're not real big. They're not real sturdy. But I could use these for eating out of. I could pour my boiling water in my ramen noodles. Now, we're not talking about cooking, but anyway, you can do that with it. But what I like about this is I can store a lot of things in it. You know, well, in this piece. Cover it up. Nice and tight. It's not going to work too badly with all these in there. But what I like about having each of these little individual pans here is that each of these can be used as a rain catch. Okay, I could get a lot of water or carry a lot from a stream back to where I'm boiling in this thing. You know, have this standing in the wings. Dirty water in this one, pour it here, purify it, dump it in here to cool out. You know, with a nice amount of surface area, so it's going to cool out faster than, say, the bottle here. And then maybe transfer it to the bottle. But I don't want to boil in this unless I absolutely have to. I don't want to. I don't want boiling hot water to drink. So, you know, I like these options. You know, 4 of these is a lot of water containment along with this. So it's just got lots of options. Personal thoughts there. What I would probably do is put a lot of my medical and camping, you know, food gear, fire starting and stuff in this, cotton balls, all that. With the lid on here, I can cover it up. Just a thought. I haven't given up on this yet. Maybe I should, but anyway. So, now the final thing, which is probably more in food preparation, but for this, okay, well, how do you put this on the fire? Do you just slide it in there? That may work okay. Do you put it by the edge? Again, maybe okay. The most efficient thing is going to be have your boiling container suspended over the fire, whether it be this or the little small little cheap tins or whatever we've got. One thing I did happen to find, it's kind of big, relatively speaking, as far as dimensions, very lightweight, that I think I would certainly throw into this kit right here. Cooling racks. It's 2-pack. I've not taken them apart yet because they're held together by a little label there. Little cooling racks. Well, I'm not going to be cooling much on this. I could, if I wanted to, having 2 of them. But what I would see this for primarily is a heating, cooking surface. Would I necessarily cook fish or anything on this? I could, but I wouldn't. What I would do, once I built my little fire, I would find some wet logs or some rocks, stones, you know, just whatever I've got, and build up, you know, a platform, basically little edges here, 4 points basically to set this thing on over the fire, however high you need it. Set that on top. Okay, that's going to be much more efficient than just leaving this by the side of the fire. You can come in with your handkerchief, something like that, bandana or gloves, pick it up, take it off, do what you need, replace it, carry on. So I like this a lot. I saw this, was not thinking about anything like this, but 2 little racks. There's 2 separate pieces. They're not linked together, just this is the way they're packaged. Very lightweight, weighs virtually nothing, takes up a fair amount of space in the pack as far as dimensions, but with everything else we got in there, this is nothing, okay? You got a little offset here on the bottom. If you did want to use this for cooling, just to put the little pot on, if you will, just to get some extra cooling on the bottom, cool your water off faster, that may be okay, but I think this is a great addition, personally. It's not something you generally think about, but you may be able to jury rig something, you know, with sticks and twigs, wet logs and wet limbs. You could do that, that's fine. This is going to be quicker, okay? It's going to be a lot more sturdy. You don't have to worry about it burning through, anything like that. So I can just see me around a little fire with this thing raised up a bit, you know, points on the corners here, and transferring food and all that, water, whatnot. Now, I'm talking about food here, but this is good so that you can boil in this. If I've captured a bird or a fish or a rat or a gopher, I don't know, whatever, do I want to stick that on a stick and hold it over the fire? Will that cook it? Yes, it will. But the problem is you're going to have fat dropping off of it into the fire. You're going to get flame ups and all that. But what I worry about more than the flame up and the waste of fat is that you're wasting nutrients, okay? If I've got a fish or a squirrel or a chipmunk or anything, I want every bit of nutrients I can get. I'd rather put it in the water here and boil the bad boy so that all the fat is still in here with some rice or some ramen noodles or anything like that, so I can consume it. Fat, again, it melts, it drips off, it's going to drip into the fire. Fat has twice the nutrients of any carbohydrates or proteins, okay, basically twice. Why waste it? You need every calorie you can get. I would much rather boil a bird or something like that in this, you know, especially if it's something tough. Let it fall apart into a stew, something like that. Makeshift boil pot. We're going to talk about food options later, but, you know, just thought I'd throw that in there just as an added bonus for why I want this. So, I think it's 2 of these for $1. I'd say carry both since they're so tightly contained together. That's going to be more than enough to do the job for cooking and, you know, boiling water accessory. So, anyway, water purification options, there's plenty of other ways out there, but the bleach option, the boiling, are going to be your best other than what you carry. Again, we need a smaller container for this. That's okay. I'm going to look into that. We're going to be doing update vids to all of these parts of the Dollar Tree kit. They're going to be the 0.5 versions, you know, part 1.5, 2.5, all of that. When we get there, when we're closer to what we're going to settle on. Anyway, guys, there's water purification for the Dollar Tree 72-hour kit. If you have any other ideas, please let me know, but this is all I saw that I thought was decent and worth our time. MD Prepper, out.